So we were talking about draft guys, and for the past few years, for the audience that don't know, Dane has always been one of the guys that always
Love
find
draft.
the sleepers. Dane loves the draft. He finds those
I
guys
love it.
that everybody's not talking about. So every week from now until the draft, Dane is gonna have his own segment where he breaks down
Oh man.
one sleeper from the offense, one sleeper from the defense. And you know what? I'm hearing for the first time with you listeners what the name of this segment is going to be because Dane has not told me yet. So, Dane, you have the floor, my guy.
I got you. So without further ado, you've seen your general managers, your owners, your scouting presidents and such. You've seen them make their moves, but now it's my turn. Me, General Homeboy, to help you find these sleepers. Okay? So, and here's the thing. I don't find the sleepers, Deonte. The sleepers, they find me. You feel me? So
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
go, we're
love
gonna
it.
get this thing, we're gonna get this thing cracking right off the bat. First
Let's get
guy,
it popping.
let's get it popping. First guy I love because he pretty much is not gonna have a position when it comes to the NFL. But it is no other than from Washington, Elijah Molden. So they had a pretty decent or interesting secondary setup or defensive setup there in Washington with a 5 DB set. Sometimes he was playing in the nickel, sometimes he was playing in safety, and of course he's obviously, or not obviously, the best way to make the team in the NFL is by special teams. So that's gonna be a given. But you got a guy that's very instinctive. He's got really good ball skills, pause, and he has plenty of anticipation. So there's plenty of opportunities. I'm not going to pick on him. I'm not going to pick on him too much, but if you really want to see a really good game, go ahead and check out that BYU game. You can see him all over the field doing his thing. If you're a defensive
And
guy,
playing against a
this is
top
one of the
quarterback.
exactly, or so they say. So you'll see that. I'm not going to spend too much time on him because his film will speak for itself when you see him. Second guy, offense. Plenty of people know this guy. Deonte, you might know this guy. He comes from university that wears green in Texas.
Mm.
We're talking about
Mm.
North Texas.
North Texas.
Jalen Darden.
I knew you
Jalen
were going to do me
Darden.
like that.
So, yeah, I had to build it up to make you think that it was one way, but it's the other way. Jalen Darden. This guy is about 169 pounds soaking wet, holding on to a loaf of bread. But that if you need somebody that's electrifying, if you need somebody that can run all the routes on your route tree, somebody that you want to get in open space, that is your guy. I like to call him a poor man's, or not even, I'm not going to disrespect him like that. I'm calling him a diet Miko Hardman, okay? Because he's lightning in a bottle. You get that boy a screen, give him a reverse, you get him a stop route. It's must-see TV every time he gets the ball. So Deonte, ask me, what do you and this gentleman have in common? Just go ahead and ask me.
What do I, Deonte Epps, host of the Duo Sports and Stuff podcast, have in common with this guy?
I'm glad you asked that. Deonte, in your primes, both of you guys were touchdown scoring machines. This man had 19 touchdowns last year in one season. Okay. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, it's because he wasn't playing in a big Power 5. He wasn't playing in this. I get that.
Of course
But a
they
touchdown
would.
is a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Touchdown's a touchdown, especially when you turn on the tape and you see this man. Specifically, I would like for if this is your first time hearing about this young man, the best thing you could possibly do is turn on the tape, YouTube, Middle Tennessee, or I think it was UTEP, and he went off. Great variety of routes he was running. You got bubble screens, you got stop routes, you got comebacks, you got go routes, you got drags, doing the whole nine. But electrifying guy. I'm really rooting for him. Of course, since he is undersized, he is gonna, probably gonna fall to, second day or third day. But whatever team gets him, they're gonna get a nice guy. He's solid. He's fast as hell. I should have led with that. He's fast as hell. Well, obviously, I said the guy Miko Hardman comparison, that was a dead giveaway. But
Yeah.
you turn on the film, you're gonna know exactly
Right.
who he is. And I'm gonna end on this note. If you are a defensive back and you're somehow listening to this podcast, you have a moral obligation every single game to identify the guy who is wearing what jersey number, Deonte?
If you're a defensive back, Number
If
one.
you're a defensive back, exactly. You always look for number one because that more than likely, 95% of the time, that's going to be the best player on the team. And of course,
that guy's fast.
That
Boy,
brother's a blood.
every episode until
that guy's
the draft
fat, so.
at the end of next
He's
month.
Gonna,
I love it.
Whenever you show him tape, you'll see he'll jump off the screen. He's gonna make you miss. But that's my wrap up. General Homeboy signing out.